Mary.
And I'm James.
And you're listening to another episode of the Watch That John podcast.
Yay, yay. And this is the final episode of House of the Dragon Season 3, titled The Treasons at Tumbleton.
Thank God, I'm tired.
I feel like every time we do these episode by episode, week by week podcasts, we get a little tired.
It's a marathon.
It's a marathon, but I feel like we understand the show more and more as we do these, and it's going to make it very easy, guys, when season 4 comes out in like 2028. You're like, what the heck happened? I wonder what forum I can go to listen to what happened in the past 3 seasons. That's the Watch That John podcast, guys. That's why we
You're welcome. You're so welcome, you ingrates. You're so welcome. So, thank you for listening. So, yeah, we are at the very last episode, as Jane said. And things literally hit a boiling point. So, I'm excited to get into it.
Yes, this is, the bottom line up front. This is a very good finale, I thought. I thought that they did a good job.
I don't think it's the best episode of the season, but it's a good finale.
You don't think this is the best episode of the season? Which one do you think is the best?
I think the season 7, episode 7 was a really good episode. The one before then, when Aegon and Sunfyre came, was good.
That's true.
When Rhaenyra, the episode where Rhaenyra just got to the throne was good. I think that was like episode 3. Yeah. Even the first episode, the battle at the Gullet was incredible. The battle of the
Gullet was incredible. I think the best moment of this series is when Aegon and Sunfyre reunite. That's the best moment of the series by far.
But you don't think it's the best episode?
This last episode? No, I actually kind of agree with you. I enjoyed it a lot, but I don't think it was the best episode because they were trying to put a pin in everything at once. And there was some, I think...
You think they rushed things?
No, I don't think necessarily it felt rushed. Only thing I felt rushed was Helena's story. That didn't make much sense to me. And we can talk about that as we kind of go along. But Helena's story didn't make much sense. And I think Ulf, he kind of did his Daenerys Targaryen, really. Where he just turned 360 and just 180.
That wasn't earned. That was very rushed. We're like, how did we get here so quickly? There was no build-up. Just okay, now I'm fine. Now I'm crazy.
It went from, him joking in the in the bar, hanging out with his friends, to burning down half the town, men, women, and children, and all.
That was paced well, though. We saw that coming a while ago. But someone made a good point about Game of Thrones that I forgot. George R.R. Martin was not caught up. So there was no book for the last season that Game of Thrones that bases itself on. So then they just made up their own thing. And that's why. And I'm like, it's not like anime where you can put filler until the manga catches up with the anime. You got to put something out. So that's why there were Starbucks cups. And so speaking of House of the Dragon, this episode begins with the Maester Orwyle awakening Rhaenyra to tell her that Aegon is not dead and he's back. He's back. And Rhaenyra is having a full-blown panic attack.
She is quaking in her boots because she told the High Septon and others that Aegon is dead. And him being resurrected, either 1, proves that she's a liar, or 2, proves that the gods favor him to rule, which is very important to Rhaenyra because she's very symbolic. She likes showing signs, and she wants to be like, I'm on the throne not just because I have 6 dragons in my arsenal.
I was destined to be there, just like Viserys. You know what I mean? She believed, and that, and Daemon always kind of indoctrinates her into the myth of Old Valyria as well, always whispering into her ears, like, we are from Old Valyria and we answer to higher gods than the gods of the religion of the Seven, and pretty much we are destined to be here, and this is our right. So, they really believe in that. So, and I think that's what sustains them. Even when, after Rhaenyra crosses out, and has her meltdown, Daemon calms her down by speaking High Valyrian to her. And he says that, we are the blood of old Valyria. We are destined to do this. And then they kind of flirt with each other in a violent way,
Flirting with violence.
Yeah, and it's like that gets Daemon going. Rhaenyra's like, she's looking at him and she's like, okay, here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna go to Tumbleton and you're gonna kill every single high tower, but still have some composure. I don't want to be seen as Rhaenyra the Cruel.
She said, don't make a monster out of me.
Don't make a monster of me. But she's looking at him like, hey, guess what? You can do what you always wanted. I know you like to kill, right? You get to bash some heads together.
You like murder.
Yeah, let me do it. So that was very interesting to see.
Yeah, her releasing Daemon is literally what we've been waiting for. He's been like itching to go since he learned that Ormond took over Tumbleton. He's been itching to go there.
And you know what? I think how the way Rhaenyra was looking at Daemon when she was speaking violence, I think that dog has been in her too.
Yeah.
That's what attracted them to each other. And I think she was trying to suppress it for so long because she's trying to be more like Viserys and more peaceful. But she's like, Viserys wasn't peaceful, he was complacent. And me trying to be like Viserys is what got me here in the first place. Let me unleash that dog in me,
Yep.
So you really see why they're a match for each other. And that's probably why she dismissed Mysaria. She was like, I got my nigga. So
she did. That's another thing too I didn't understand is, later on in the episode when she tells her handmaid or whatever they are that, hey, I'm gonna get anointed.
Her side piece is what she is.
I'm gonna get anointed by the Septon today, right? Go get Alan, bring him over, and tell Mysaria that her services are done here.
I'm going to send you off to Pentos with more gold you can carry.
And I didn't understand.
Get out of here.
I didn't understand why she sent her away. Did she didn't trust her counsel anymore? You think she just got tired of her, or do you simply think that the writers had nothing else to write about Mysaria?
No. I feel like your confusion was definitely intentional. We don't know why, but my speculation. Mm-hmm. It's one of two things. She's either really trying to protect Mysaria. It could. I don't believe that much, but she could be trying to protect Mysaria. It could be like, okay, things are going to go down. I don't want you here. Or it could be, I don't trust you. I can't trust you, and I cannot trust you. We slept together, and if I want to be anointed by the Septum, I don't need them knowing that I've been. Having extramarital affairs.
Oh, okay. So
but I could be wrong.
Rhaenyra, the Bastard Queen rumors and everything will kind of spin back up.
The whore lesbian.
If they knew that she was, shacking it up. Okay.
It's like, oh, she's still up to her ways. She's still being a freak. That's just my speculation.
No, I think that's a good point. She's like, hey, this is the bad look for me. Eventually someone's going to find out, so just go.
Yeah, and it might be Mysaria who tells her. So it's like, I think now that, Mysaria's coochie ain't right in her face, she realizes that sleeping with her was a mistake.
Coochie is power.
Yeah, exactly. She's like, oh, wait, I'm away from it now. I'm with my peen. So now I can think more clearly about what the spell your coochie put on me, and that was a mistake. So, yeah, I think we'll definitely figure it out next season. God.
Yeah. Speaking of Rhaenyra and her relationship with women, she interacts with Baela, and Baela's like, "Hey, when are you gonna go and get Corlys? We're gonna get my grandsire." And she's like,
"My granddaddy home," and she's like, "Who?"
Who? She's like, "We're rescuing him after your father, Daemon,
the black guy. You think I'm good?
You think I'm worried about him? He called my children a bastard in my face. You think I'm worried about him?" And Baela.
This is completely off topic. I think I like vulnerable men because Corlys, to me, looks so handsome in this episode. I need to go speak to the lady, but continue. He looked so handsome. I've never he looked so handsome to me. I was like, oh my god, he's actually
because he was
hot.
Because he was captured.
I like weak. I don't know what it is. I need to go talk to the lady. I made like a vulnerable.
The lady. So
good.
Okay.
That's what the kids say. I need to go talk to the therapist. I need to go sit on the lady couch.
Oh, okay. So the Baela's like, look, Rhaenyra, you only use people when you use people. You only talk, like, have us around when it's beneficial for you, but when it's not, you set us aside, like you did my sister Rhaena. And that kind of pissed Rhaenyra off. And she was like, you insolent child, it runs in your blood. But she's right. And I think the reason...
Even Baela said, she was like, after Baela said that, she was like, Rhaenyra was like, pretty much I should have done away with you after what happened to Gullet. And she was like, nah, but you won't because I have a dragon.
Exactly.
I have what you want. So it's just further proving her point, you know, because Rhaenyra's like, hey, Daemon's going to Tumbleton anyway. He'll rescue your granddaddy after he's defeated Daeron. And she's like, what? He'll be dead by then. Like,
exactly. After the war, I'm going to go and rescue
they're going to kill all
their
hostages.
number one hostage. Yeah, their number one hostage.
Like, girl, and it's like, it is a slap in the face. Like, yeah, Corlys was... I understand, okay, Corlys...
He was tripping this season. He was tripping this season. But he held it down a season and a half.
He still did his part when it came to the Battle of the Gullet.
He did.
Did he had a big tantrum when you didn't legitimize his kids and then say, screw you? Yeah, but that's still your hands. Yeah. There still should be a little more loyalty there.
So this is not in the order of the show, but since you mentioned Corlys's kid, I think it was pretty cool how Alan took the opportunity to claim himself heir to Driftmark and the new Land of the Tides when he told Lord of the Tides, when he told, you know, the Valyrian men that, hey, instead of going to Tumbleton to save Corlys, we're going to sit here and protect the Queen in Dragonstone. And the way he said it, like, I am...
Not Dragonstone, King's Landing.
King's Landing, I'm sorry, King's Landing. And he was like, hey, I am...
I wonder what Dragonstone is like now. We haven't...
No dragons, just stone.
It's just stone.
But yeah, I thought that was pretty dope. Like, yo, man, go shoot your shot, boy. Like, just go get what you want, man. Like,
honestly, I can't blame Alan for sticking with Rhaenyra over Corlys in order to move up in life. Like, Rhaenyra has given Alan more than Corlys ever did, and by the time Corlys was willing to give Alan something, it's been lost.
It's been lost. He was like, yeah, you can buy heir after everything burns down. You know.
And it's like, you know, Adam clocks him later. He's like, yo, I feel like you are hoping that father dies because you want to step in and take his place. And it's like, is that cold? Yeah. But so is ignoring your bastards for like 30 years.
It is.
So
we can swing over to Tumbleton. So Ormond, he is getting ready to getting his men ready. He knows that there's 20,000 soldiers marching on, Rivermen soldiers marching towards him. He goes and he quickly knights Darren and calls him Sir Darren to Darren.
And what's really funny is that, you know, while Ormond is knighting Darren, he makes him swear to protect women and children. Meanwhile, you sending children to their deaths.
I know.
To act as pawns on the front lines of the war.
That was dirty. That reminds me of, like, I don't know. We talked about the Afghanistan war in Iraq. We talked about a lot of modern day wars in this series, but that reminds me of when
I don't recall anything we do here, but I'm.
I brought it up a lot, but it reminds me of like when we were fighting the Taliban. You know, they would go and they would grab.
Don't
women.
say it like you say we, like you and I were fighting the Taliban. You weren't doing anything.
I wasn't doing nothing. I was probably in middle school. But...
I still ain't doing nothing. Do what y'all want.
But anyway, using women and children as shields is nothing but cowardly. You know, he thought it was cunning, but it's just cowardly, evil. Evil. So Darren and Sir Gawain have no idea what Ormond is planning, right? They're like,
they still don't know what his piece on the board is.
No, they just know that he's confident, but they don't know what's going on.
But meanwhile, his piece on the board is literally drunk in the servants' quarters, talking trash about Daemon and Rhaenyra.
Yes, talking trash and getting drunk and being unreliable. But we're not really surprised.
He's being a nigga.
Yeah, he really is.
And it's like, I don't know. It's like, I need y'all to understand that you guys gave a dragon to a common crook.
A common, like, he
to
is...
To a drunk.
Yeah.
To a loser. To a bum. Not a like, I know he was dealt a bad hand. I understand. But he's a bum.
Everyone, I don't know. Being dealt a bad hand doesn't really justify everything that...
Well, I'm saying...
I know what you mean.
He was kind of born into loserdom. You know, because he was poor.
And a bastard.
Yeah.
You know.
So
let's head over to Harrenhal, Mary. You want to tell us what's going on there?
Yes. So, well, I think before I get into Harrenhal, we go to King's Landing.
Okay.
And Rhaenyra learns that Helaena has not been eating for a long time. And that's when Rhaenyra calls Alan and she's like, hey, we're going to go to the Grand Sept and we are going to demand that he anoints me. And that's when Rhaenyra has Mysaria shipped off to Pentos.
That's some balls, right? To go and be like, hey, Pope, I want you. I'm going to call the Grand Sept the Pope because that's essentially who he is. Hey, go and bless me to be president right now. It's kind of ballsy.
She's fed up. You know, now she doesn't have the luxury of
politics.
Just allowing him to do whatever he wants. Yeah. She's like, Aegon is back. And I know you rock with Aegon because you're like, I anointed one person. I can't do that. I can't say the gods ordained you, Aegon, to be king. And then another woman comes and I'm just supposed to, no, it don't work like that. It don't work like that. So it's like, Aegon is back? What? That furthers my belief that you don't deserve to be anointed. But now she's like, Aegon's back, and I know you feel that way. We don't got no time. And even her whole clothing changes. She is now wearing the garments of a con.
Yes, she is.
All the accoutrements of someone who is like, F around and find out. She ain't playing no more. Yeah. So, even her little eye makeup, it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, she did kind of like the old school teardrop. The way she did it, like.
She got her war face on.
War face. Or maybe you call that, you know how people do cat eye makeup? Maybe that's the dragon eye makeup.
The dragon eyes.
Yeah.
That could be a look.
Dragon eye.
So yeah, and one thing that's interesting to me is that Helaena, she's outside. She's been in immense confinement. She's losing. I don't know what it is about Helaena, but Helaena I know every human needs to touch grass. But there's something about keeping Helaena confined. It does something to her, something bad to her. I remember one episode, she was like, I need to see the moon urgently. Why? Mysaria was pretty much telling Alicent that she's going to blow up their spot and let Rhaenyra know that Helena's pregnant. Helena's like, I need to see the moon. So it's very pressing for her. So Helena's outside and the guard's like, hey, you know, your time's up. You need to go back inside, you know, because her confinement has been severely restricted after her and her mother tried to make their escape. And then she's walking, you know, she's weak because she hasn't been eating, and she sees the same gray mare that she saw in her dream, I think last episode. And I'm like, oh, okay. So the person coming, when the doors of the Red Keep open and golden light shone in, is Aegon, I think. That's what I'm thinking. Because we know Aegon.
Oh, you mean in her dream?
Yeah, I think it was Aegon. Who knows? I still could be wrong. But going to Harrenhal. We learned that Aemon has survived his own mother trying to poison him. And then Alice reveals her past to him. And Do you want to tell Alice's past? And I have actually a quick history and a story of Harrenhal.
Yeah, so Alice Heron, who she claims to be, which is the wife of the Lord of Harrenhal when Aegon the Conqueror came and burned down the castle 100 years ago. And she says that when he burned down the castle, only her son survived, and her son was badly burned. And she basically used evil, like forbidden witchcraft and spells to try to save him. It did not save him. And when he ultimately died, she tried to kill herself, and she realized that she was now immortal and was cursed to live in Harrenhal to serve whatever like random bull come up to take it for all eternity. And she
said it. Yeah, she saw it as like a. She said it like it's kind of a curse for her own pride, her own avarice. So I think just her believing that she could cheat death, and that's why she got punished for it. But one thing that's interesting about Harrenhal, so Alice's husband's grandfather. So Alice's husband was King Harrenhal. His granddaddy.
Harrenhal is a crazy name, by the way.
Harrenhal. So his granddaddy first conquered the Riverlands, and he brutally whipped the Rivermen into submission. And then he commissioned the Rivermen to build Harrenhal. It took 3 generations. And that's why it was rumored, he was so brutal. It was rumored that the mortar is mixed with the blood of the Riverlanders.
Wow.
So, and they said that in earlier episodes. So by the time, so it took 3 generations for them to be at Harrenhal. You know, the granddaddy passed, and then King King Harrenhal, Alice's husband, was in power. And literally, as soon as they lay the last brick, here comes Aegon the Conqueror. And he did what he said. What you said, he killed every son, one survived. Bada boom, bada bang. And Harrenhal was left in ruins. Yeah.
Crazy. So, I want to hit one other point. I guess I want to hit one other point with Mysaria leaving. She basically, when she was leaving, she saw Helena on the way out and was like, hey, look, do not trust Rhaenyra. Aegon has returned, and you are now in mortal danger. No, you're now a forever prisoner.
She'll never release you. And I think that was a straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah.
Well, that might have been her 12th reason. Her 13th reason is actually the very next scene where Rhaenyra pretty much force feeds Helena.
Yeah.
And before that, Helena, because, you know, first Rhaenyra comes still doing that fake doting sister act. Yep. And Helena's just like, there's a beautiful poop-eating beetle that can only be found in King's Landing, and it's beautiful. Comes in the summertime. And Rhaenyra's like, yeah. And Helena's like, you don't care. You don't care about what I'm saying. You only care about ugly things. That she called her sister ugly. And then, like sisters do.
This place is ugly. You are ugly.
She called her ugly. And, you know, Rhaenyra's tired of pretending. You know, she's tired of pretending. And, you know, she's over it. She's done pretending that she wants Helena alive only because she's a dreamer. And I think that's what finally broke Helena and what caused her to take her own life later on.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what I didn't understand about Helena is she was adamant about keeping the baby, having the child, when she was offered the Plan B potion by her mother Alicent a few episodes ago. Now she's on a hunger strike, trying to kill the baby for hunger strike. It's like, what do you want to do? Like, do you want to live or you not want to live? Do you think the baby is worth living? Like, she just, so her suicide in the last later in the episode.
Yeah, it's a little contradictory to her wanting.
Yeah, it's like if you wanted this baby to live, you could have I don't know. I originally, I thought she climbed out the window using the tapestry, but her jumping out is it didn't make sense.
Maybe it wasn't a suicide. Maybe she did actually try to leave, but then again, she knew it was going to happen because it was etched onto the tapestry. So I think she did kill herself.
Yeah, she designed it.
I don't know, man. You could change You can change your mind. Yeah. You can decide I want to keep the baby and change your mind. But I think it's just who knows and I think that's what I like about Helena, her mystery. But I did kind of want her to stick around a bit longer because I like it when the pieces of Helena finally line up and everything starts making sense. So I am sad to see her gone, and I do feel bad for Alicent because you did all that to save your one kid.
The wrong kid.
Your one redeemed. That was the only kid that was right. All the other kids, Daeron is the only one worth saving, but he's getting, that can't happen anymore because of what Ormond did. But that was the only kid worth redeeming. So you did all that, tried to kill one of your sons to save her, and now she's dead. So I feel really bad for Alicent,
The Tumbleton?
Yes, the Tumbleton.
So you kick it off. You go.
Okay. So Ormond, like we said, is atrocious. He's having these little boys line the main gate to everywhere. Line the main gate into Tumbleton, and no one could find Ulf. And Daeron's like, "Hey, I want to fight." Right? Gwen is like, "No, you can't fight." And Daemon and the Everblacks, the Northerners, are right outside their door. So, before the battle ensues, Gwen goes to Corlys and tries to get him to cooperate. He doesn't. So then more of Corlys's digits are removed. And then back in King's Landing, Mysaria manages to slip away from Rhaenyra's men who are escorting her to the ship that'll take her to Pentos. So, who knows where Mysaria is now. And, yeah. So Gwen, in the next scene, Gwen tries to appeal to Daemon. He's like, I know we're not going to win this battle.
Yeah, with Corlys by his side, as his prisoner.
Yeah, he has Corlys there. He's like, I know we're not going to win this battle. I'll give you Corlys back, but let's just divide the realm. Everything is Rhaenyra's, but let Daeron rule Old Town. And he's like, the realm was much peaceful when there were 7 kingdoms divided, but we were at peace. And Corlys is smart enough to know that that's not going to fly with Daemon. So he said, hey, how about we wed Rhaena to Daeron. He's not going to be the king. And Gwen's like, that's not what we agreed upon. But he's like, he's never going to be king. Let them get married, and then at least he has that sort of leverage, So, and then Rhaenyra still sits on the throne. Nothing's changed, Rhaenyra's still sitting on the throne. And also he's like, listen, yeah, he's pretty much like, this is the best thing we can do. Daeron still gets what he wants. Well, Ormond still gets what he wants. And Rhaenyra is still on the throne. She just doesn't have Old Town. And he's like, do you want peace and actually a good end to this conflict? Or do you want to bash heads? And of course, Daemon wants to bash heads. So I think
it was a sound plan.
I think it was a brilliant plan. If you put all the resentment aside, I think that was a brilliant plan.
It is, because Old Town is literally far in the southern western tip of Westeros, right? So it's basically almost as far away as possible. Not as far away as possible. Pretty sticking far from King's Landing, right? If he can control the south with... I forgot, what was the title he said?
He said Rhaenyra will control the Reach, the north, the Riverlands, the Vale. The only thing she won't control is the West and the Stormlands. But with you guys together, with the High Towers and the Targaryens united again, you guys can easily take the West and the Stormlands.
Yeah, exactly.
So, you know, I think Corlys's plan was a great way of compromising to appease both the Greens and the Blacks, you know, and Rhaenyra still is sitting upon the throne. And Daemon's like, well, what about Aegon?
Yeah,
Aegon is still coming. But it's like, yes, Aegon's still coming, but let's say if Daeron was in charge, would he doesn't want to be king anyway. So if Ormond was still alive, I don't know, because if they agreed, Aegon comes back, it's not like, I don't know what Ormond would do. Would Ormond join Aegon against, okay, yeah, if they agree, would they then would Ormond agree to fight Aegon and Aemon?
Well, that's what they said.
Or will he be like, oh, snaps, like, screw Rhaenyra, Aegon's back?
They would say that Aegon, so Corlys said that Aegon and Aemon, they would be against this new alliance. He said that. And Daemon was like, alliance? This is treason.
But I'm saying, what would Ormond do? Okay, so you think Ormond wouldn't renege on the marriage between Daeron and Rhaena and go back with Aegon and Aemon?
No, because Ormond wants power.
For now. No. I think for now he'd rather spite Rhaenyra and then like scheme in the background to get Daeron back in power so he can be in power.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think ultimately this is total war, meaning that Rhaenyra needs a total victory in order to claim her throne. She doesn't need concessions or like all these bargaining chips because...
No, I think it's too far gone too. It's a brilliant plan.
It is. But the trust has been broken so much. Yeah. 6 months ago. And like the Rivermen came all that way not to fight. There's no way. There's like not to go and avenge.
Yeah, that Northerner, Lord Roderick. Yeah, he would go on a mad rampage if he didn't kill something that day.
Yes, right. And yeah, it's total war. The bargaining, negotiating is over. But Gawain had to try, and Daeron had to try. So I appreciate their efforts, but it was a no-go. And
Daemon refuses the offer and takes Corlys as prisoner.
Takes Corlys as his own prisoner, and then the battle attacks. It ensues, and this battle was really, like in my opinion, over before it started. You know, Tumbleton and their defenses had no real shot. They were defending their walls pretty well initially until it was overrun by the Rivermen, and then
they had a plan because they were.
Depending on
scheming. Yeah, well, they were like, I'm talking about Daemon. So they found like a weakness in their defenses, in Tumbleton's defenses, and they were going to use that route, but then they found out all them kids is there, so they had to switch up the plan. So Daemon was like, okay, Lord Roderick, take the Northerners, and you guys breach the main gate and open it from the inside.
Yep.
And then I'll have Caraxes come in to lead the way for us, and we'll follow him behind you.
Yeah.
But that plan went to hell pretty quickly after the doors were opened. But first,
and they also noticed Oath.
Yeah, no one knows where Oath is.
Yeah.
Both sides have no idea where Oath is.
Oh, Oath is, but also I'm sorry, I meant Hugh. Both sides don't know what Oath is. And then Hugh just pops up, and Daemon's like, Hugh was supposed to be protecting
King's
Landing. Why is he here? So he's just like, I can't trust these bastard dragon riders. You know?
I'm like, you don't know about Cat? Does he not know about Cat? Because if you know about Cat, it's obvious why he's there.
Yeah, no, he doesn't know about Cat. He doesn't care about the inner workings of these these bastards. He don't care about their lives. Rhaenyra knew about Cat, but Daemon is not.
You said cats.
Cat. I know. Rhaenyra knew about her, but I guarantee Daemon had no idea.
But so Aegon arrives at Harrenhal, and he forces Aemon to help him reclaim the throne. And it's Sunfyre can barely stick his landing when it revives in Harrenhal. And like, I really have to clap it up for Aemon. For Aegon. I really have to clap it up for Aegon, because it's like the restraints to not burn Aegon to a crisp on sight for trying to kill you, for seeing the bigger picture of realizing that Sunfyre is still very weak. You are still very weak. There is no way you can claim the throne with all of Rhaenyra's dragons. To really have that foresight and say, this nigga tried to kill me and take the throne. He tried to kill my dragon. But instead of killing him, I need him. I need him, and I need Vhagar. And it's just like, it's funny because both brothers have been humbled in their own way.
Yeah.
Like, Aemon got severely humbled when his own mother tried to kill him. And yes, he was feeling...
What do you think is worse? What do you think is worse? Your brother trying to kill you?
Mother.
Oh, yeah.
You brought me in here. I know you say you could take me out, but you really finna do that?
Really trying to take me out.
I'm biologically supposed to be precious to you because I am your offspring. I am your, what's it called, progeny? Like, I, and you try to kill me, that's wild. That's wild. But, you know, upon seeing Aemon immediately falls to his knees and begs for forgiveness, not out of fear from his own life, but a genuine remorse and regret. You know, he's been haunted by the things he's done. And seeing his mother, I think that really hurts him too. And it's like, he has his little redemption arc too. So it was funny, you know, their exchange was funny because Aegon was expecting Aemon to put up a fight. And he was like, what? I've been furious for months and you're just here all complacent and sorry. No, I want to fight you. But
nothing gives people madder when you're mad and the person you're mad at don't care or just not mad at all. You know, they're calm. You're like, what
I
is
wanted to
going on?
annihilate you. And you're here like, forgive me, brother.
Just
broken? Yeah.
Like, I got myself all gassed up to get on this dragon on handicap.
Don't diffuse the situation, you bastard.
And I thought it was hilarious. He said, hey, I'm alive.
Right, he said, I'm alive. Imbecile. They were able to inject some humor into it in a very interesting way.
Yeah.
But Aegon's plan was like, hey, we're going to find Vhagar. You and I are going to find Vhagar. We're going to defeat Daeron, then Rhaenyra, and then I may let you live afterwards if we're successful. But I think Aegon should handle Rhaenyra first, and then kind of see what happens between Daeron and Daemon. Like, because you know, the Greens can end up killing. Daemon can end up killing Ormond and Daeron. So maybe just sit back and see what happens there. Well, and then go to Rhaenyra.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, let them fight each other and then see what happens.
He probably figures taking down Ormond is easier, so do that first. That's probably his logic. But
you're going to take down Ormond. I guess it's going to take a while to find. Oh, does he not know that he may not know about Daemon going to war with Daeron?
No, he doesn't know anything. Know. Oh, he does. He does
yeah.
Because the army he just attacked was going towards Tumbleton, so he knows what's happening. He actually asked Aemon, do you know what's going on out there? Like, do you know there's a whole war
okay, happening? Yeah.
He asked him because he knows.
Yeah.
He knows.
So yeah, I think it's like let them kill each other, and then you come in and just finish it off. So so now we're going back to Tumbleton. Like you said, Daemon and his men are planning their strategy, and he tells them to limit civilian casualties. They learn about the kids. Their plan of, okay, Roderick, you go first. And I'm so upset that it was lost on me until now that Cole's killer was a woman, that Archer.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she was.
I feel like the writers did that for the female viewers. They're like, girl, we hate him too. This one for y'all. Yeah. So that was a nice touch.
No, the Archer, she was bad too. Like she was taking out niggas off the top of the wall as on horseback. She was nice with that bow. But the fight, right? The actual war, I thought.
Oh yeah. By the way, Rhaenyra has Alan kill the Septon.
Oh yeah. That was crazy.
And one thing that's interesting to me is that, like, her justification is the same thing Daemon does to her, whispering in Alan's ear, "You are the blood of old Valyria. We answer the gods must high." Yeah.
Terrible. It's like, I'm not gonna call you. I'm not gonna call you by your name. I'm gonna just call you Alan of Hall. But now you're the blood of old Valyria. I need you to do something.
You gonna say what I want to say? So exactly. I didn't even think about it like that. Yeah, you didn't even call me that. You know, that's crazy. Yeah. So yeah, leadership will taint you. Bad leadership will taint you, and Alan has been tainted. And you can see his regret on him, but he's trying to ignore it.
What do you think? So Rhaenyra, after she kills the Septon, she goes out and makes a speech to the people and tells them about the Aegon's dream, about that she needs to be on the throne to stop this great threat, and that she's the only one that can fulfill the prophecy. Aegon can't. You know, I feel like the timing of that.
You sound crazy as hell. Nobody cares.
No one cares.
No one cares.
People are like, feed me. Like, I am hungry now. You are my enemy. I'm not worried about something mystical up in the north that
I got shit to do with me.
Come on, man. Like, wake up. Understand the audience.
Shut up. Read the room. No one cares. You and your weird incest Targaryens with your weird color hair and your strange beast. We don't care what you dreamed about.
Exactly.
Give us food. Pay us.
Exactly.
What a cops at? They just breaking into my house every night.
I don't worry about no monsters. I worry about the monsters down my block. You can't stop coming up my ends and running up my, like, you know what I mean? Just.
Girl, you think people, he's, maybe, I don't know. Like, I understand, you know.
It's tone deaf.
I think she's trying to override the religion of the people. I think she's trying to form like a new, because, you know, killing the Septon is an atrocity.
It's like killing the Pope and going out and saying, yeah, he had to die. So it's what wild. I wonder
I think she's trying to instill a new philosophy, a new religion they can hold on to.
Well, remember, you know, Game of Thrones, they always talk about the old gods and the new. Do you think right now this is the old gods and there's new gods too? Or
yeah, because in House of the Dragon, there was a power struggle where the Seven came and kind of reclaimed King's Landing.
Yeah.
When that girl with the red hair came back, and she was pretty religious. So yeah, this may be a shift, and the Seven may take a back seat for a little while because of these events.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So back to the battle. So the Northerners, they invade. They unleash Lord Roderick. And before they start, Daemon says to his men, "I don't want the best of you, I want the worst." And that reminds me of the Odyssey, when we spoke about how the vile, foul nature of these men y'all praise in battle, but then you come into a town, it's unleashed on the innocent, you know? So it's like, and also, like, the writers really know how much the fans love the Northerners, and I think they had a lot of fun portraying the Northerners as they got ready for battle, doing the warrior poses and stances.
Yeah.
I think they know we love the North.
Yes.
They know we love the North. So that was good to see, even though Lord Roderick was wrong for killing that little boy.
The North reminds me of, like, you know, Midwest America, right? If I had to think about Westeros.
I want no part of that.
And split it up, like, just... I don't know.
So not Northern America, the Midwest?
No, the Midwest. The Midwest. I'm talking about, like...
Well, expound on that. I'm lost.
I'm talking about, like, this is like... The Northerners, to me, is like people in Kansas, Missouri, in Idaho, like, Indiana, like, just, like, the Midwest, like... Like, I don't know, like, all they do is work in the farms. They just work in the farms and, like, do their thing, and they're rugged because they live in places that no one wants to live in, you know, and like, think about it, the North is literally a tundra.
I've never been to any of those places.
I know, so but I'm saying the North is like the tundra, right? And you have to be a certain
type. They call everyone
of tough.
Southerners.
Yeah, so you have to be a certain type of tough to live in the North. And I feel like that's how the Midwest feels because, you know, no one wants to live out there. So that's what it reminds me of. Like if the North was America, it would be kind of the Midwest. But I think the battle sequences, it like I said, it was very lopsided
They were
until
fighting like the Greens were fighting like a black woman throwing hot oil on niggas' faces.
yeah, they were doing. They knew they were outmatched, and they use pouring, like I said, hot wax and like dropping
Hot
rocks
oil.
and.
And one thing is, all this time Ormond is still looking for Ulf, and it's nice to see Ormond learning that he's not as smart as he think he is.
Yeah, but he finds him. He finds him falling asleep on the toilet, essentially.
A drunken stupor.
And he pulls him out, and he basically beats the man in the public and says, "Get back on your dragon and do what you're supposed to do." And Ulf just gave him that look. And then when he got on the dragon, he attacked the blacks, and then he turned around and saw Ormond and was like, "F you too," and start burning down the city.
After he was sodomized by Lord Roderick's sword.
Yes, sodomized. And the only reason Roderick defeated him is because when he cut his arm off, his blood gushed in his face and he got nauseous. And I gave him an opening to stab him in the back.
But my thing is, I feel like it looked to me that like when Roderick had like his shield up to him, for a second it looked to me that he was like toying with Ormond, like relishing in killing him. And I'm like, see, if you didn't do that, you wouldn't have got your arm cut off.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just me. I was like, it looks like he was kind of like, trying to enjoy the moment. But I was like, nah, you got to be on your game. I didn't know Ormond was that good of a fighter, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Yeah. But, Ulf, him going and destroying Ormond, I get it. I get him betraying the blacks. I did not understand him going and burning the common folk. Because he's been a man of the common folk this entire time. Like in the bars.
Think he was trying to destroy. He wasn't trying to destroy the common folk. He was trying to destroy the soldiers inside the city.
No, he attacked everybody.
Because they were in the city at that point. He wasn't being discriminate about it. He wasn't. His goal wasn't the common folk. His goal was to attack both sides. He wasn't aiming for the common folk, but he wasn't trying to avoid them either.
I think his goal was to burn everybody. He said it too in the last episode. Everyone.
Yeah, but I don't think the common folk. I think he was trying to burn both sides, to be honest with you, because at that point.
But he knew. No, I disagree.
I don't think he was being discriminated. I don't think he wasn't. His target wasn't the common folk.
No, remember the last scene when he was in the bar and he said that Daemon is not going to burn the town because Rhaenyra is treating him like a dog on a leash. Right? So he knew that. He knew that Daemon wouldn't burn the town, but he went and he didn't do it for strategic advantage or to kill the High Towers. He did it out of hate.
He did it out of hate for the High Towers.
Out of hate for everybody. I think he hated everybody.
I see what you're saying, but I disagree. I think he didn't care about. I think burning the small people was whatever collateral damage, but I don't think he was aiming for them. I think he was aiming to wipe out all the people fighting. But I could be wrong. But,
do you think he killed Kat?
Kat looked like she died of smoke inhalation. So yeah, he probably inadvertently killed Kat.
Yeah. Because
her body, she didn't look bruised. She didn't look like she was...
looked stabbed.
Yeah, she looked like she might have died from smoke inhalation.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's very sad, because once again, you have someone who sacrificed everything for someone who don't give a damn about you.
I thought Daemon was going to die.
Yeah, I think for the first time in a long time, I think Daemon realized he was in over his head, because as soon as those gates open, the Greens are waiting. They had arrows flying, they knocked him off his horse, and then that gargantuan Lastragonian looking man came and was giving him a run for his money. And the only reason why Daemon survived is that in Ulf's rampage, he got separated from him. The dude couldn't reach him, and that's the only reason why he survived, And I think Daemon finally saw the full grotesque nature of war, that nature that he idolized so much, and now it's like, oh, it's not so good now, right? You see the horrors of war, you see burnt children. He gone mad for a second.
I think he understood the horrors of war. I think what he was upset about and he realized is that he explicitly promised Rhaenyra that he wanted to make a monster out of her. But
And he saw
and that's
the
exactly what
monster was
happened.
there, staring him in the face.
Like Caraxes attacked first, start burning. He had to, but Caraxes attacked first. But to everybody on the ground, Oath is Rhaenyra's dragon, and Rhaenyra's dragon's the one who sacked the city. Also, they gave Oath a dragon, so it's Rhaenyra's fault regardless.
Don't give petty people dragons, y'all.
I feel like only petty people have dragons. Is there one non-petty dragon rider right now? I don't think so.
Baela.
Even Baela's petty. The comment she just said.
That wasn't petty. That was true.
That was petty.
She said, "You a bitch." It's like, that was true. But one thing that really, imagine being on fire while in armor.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Your skin is going to fuse with the armor, and it's going to burn so much more.
Yeah. No, the dying by war, getting stabbed or burned, or I'm good.
Yeah.
I high blood pressure.
Daemon is, going mad, and he's interrupted by Corlys, and Corlys is like, "Hey, Oath betrayed us. We gotta get out of here. Like, it's over." And we see that Hugh finds Cat dead. Gawain survived, but Ormond did not. And then back in King's Landing, like we said, Rhaenyra learns that Helaena kills herself.
Yep.
And we see, like we said, Helaena etched her own demise. He also shows Rhaenyra sitting on a throne, and she's very bloody. Blood is like streaming for her. So either she dies on the throne, or maybe the throne makes her sick or something, like we said.
I thought it was she just got the throne through blood.
Yeah, or she's a bloody queen. And how the way Rhaenyra acted, it kind of seemed like, I don't care what it says, I'm on that throne.
Exactly.
That's how it acted to me. It seems to me. So, who do you want to win? Is there anyone that you're rooting for? Because it used to be Rhaenyra. Now I'm rooting for Aegon.
I'm kind of rooting for Aegon too. To be honest with you, I think I'm kind of rooting for Aegon too. I think Rhaenyra, she just poops on everybody. She made too many enemies. I don't think anyone's really gonna be loyal to her. I
think literally the loss of her sons and not dealing with that grief made her cold.
Yeah.
And now it's like, because remember, she was crashing out when she found out about Aegon. I'd sacrificed so much. It's like, my kids are dead for this. There's no turning back. I feel like in her mind, she doesn't have anything to lose anymore. She's done with being kind. Her kids are dead. And I do understand that. But that doesn't mean she should be on the throne.
But the problem is that she individually don't have anything to lose. But there's still a lot of lies under her stewardship as the queen.
She don't care about them.
And that's the problem.
Yeah, that's the problem.
I honestly think that, to be honest with you, out of all
I think she used to care.
I think
when she was taking petitions, I think she used to care.
I think Darren would be the best king, to be honest. Out of everybody, I think Darren would be the best.
Maybe Darren in 10 years.
Without the influence of Ormond, I think Darren.
He doesn't know nothing.
He knows.
He'll be just like Rhaenyra, struggling with those petitions, not knowing what to do.
Well, I think that's just a learning curve as well. I feel like presidents go through the same thing.
But not right now when people are tired of that. They've been waiting for something to be done. So I think another indecisive, green behind the ears ruler, they're going to revolt immediately.
Well, yeah.
Just democracy.
Democracy.
Do away with it altogether.
Go vote. Go vote. And actually, people, our listeners, go vote. The primary elections are happening a lot in the States. Ours just was yesterday. Go vote. Don't let these dictators rule.
Who are we voting for?
A lot of congressional elections are going on. And there's a gubernatorial election in Connecticut.
Go vote, y'all. Woo, woo, woo. But thank you so much for sticking around for this season of House of the Dragon. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. And to wrap up the season, it's definitely a watch that, Joan. The season was very fun, very entertaining, very sick, like you sickles want. So definitely go watch House of the Dragon. And if you don't have to watch it. You can just listen to us.
Just listen to us. I think this was the best season yet. Season 3.
Absolutely.
enjoyed every minute of it. I'm sad that we need to wait now, 2 years until season 4.
I'm not, because if we take a break.
Take a break. But there's other Game of Thrones spinoffs. I heard that there's the Aegon the Conqueror movie. That's coming out. Yeah, they want to do an Aegon the Conqueror movie. I saw. I'm not sure. I saw it online. You know, like you only trust.
Okay, so you don't know if it's credible at all.
But that's what I heard. I heard it's a rumor. Aegon the Conqueror.
Heard it on the grapevine.
And that they're also going to do what is it, Night of the Seven? Is that what the ever show called?
Night of the Seven Kingdoms. I watched a half an episode. We're not reviewing that.
No.
I'm not reviewing that, James.
No, I don't want to. It was okay.
I don't want to. You finished it?
I did finish it.
It seemed more lighthearted. Which is a nice. It's a nice change in tone for
change the post. Yeah, no one's going for the throne, so you know.
Oh, that's maybe I will watch it. That seems nice.
Yeah, no one's going for the throne. It's just a knight trying to live. He's just trying to make a living for himself and a name for himself.
Like all of us, I guess. Tears for Fears are wrong.
Yeah, but not out of arrogance, but out of just necessity. He needs to make.
Yeah, he needs to make a living.
Yeah. Tears for Fears is wrong. What do you mean?
Everybody doesn't want to rule the world.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Da, da.
But thank you, y'all, for listening to another episode of the Watch That Joan podcast. You can find us wherever you listen to your podcast, and you can find our locations of our Instagram and TikTok in the show notes. So until next time.
Bye.